It is 2:47 a.m. The room is dark. The house is silent. You are warm, comfortable, and ready to sleep. But suddenly, without any warning, your brain decides to open a dusty file cabinet from the past. It pulls out a memory from 5 years ago. It isn't a happy memory. It is a memory of a conversation where you said something incredibly awkward. Maybe you made a joke that nobody laughed at. Maybe you waved at someone who wasn't waving at you. Maybe you misunderstood a question and gave a completely weird answer. In that moment, lying in your bed, your body physically reacts. Your stomach drops. Your heart rate speeds up. You squeeze your eyes shut and cringe, whispering something like, "Why did I say that?" or "I am so stupid." It has been 5 years. The other person has almost certainly forgotten it. But you are reliving it in high definition, feeling the exact same shame you felt half a decade ago. Why does your brain do this? Why does it torture you with ancient mistakes that cannot be changed? And more importantly, how do you make it stop? To understand this phenomenon, we have to travel back much further than 5 years. We have to look at human evolution.
For thousands of years, human beings survived only because they belonged to a tribe. Being accepted by the group meant food, shelter, and protection. Being rejected or kicked out of the tribe meant almost certain death. Because of this, your brain evolved a highly sensitive alarm system for social rejection. It learned to treat social awkwardness not just as a mistake, but as a life-threatening danger. When you replay that conversation from 5 years ago, your brain is not trying to hurt you. It is trying to teach you. It is analyzing the data of that social failure to ensure you never make that mistake again. It is saying, "Remember how bad this felt? Do not do it again, or we might get kicked out of the tribe." The problem, of course, is that telling a bad joke at a party in 2019 is not going to get you killed, but your prehistoric brain doesn't know the difference. It treats a mild embarrassment like a survival crisis. There is also a psychological concept at play here, called the Zeigarnik effect. This effect states that the human brain remembers unfinished tasks much better than finished ones.
If a conversation went perfectly, your brain marks it as complete and archives it. You forget it. But an awkward interaction, your brain views that as an unsolved problem. It feels incomplete because the social bond feels threatened. So your mind keeps looping the memory, looking for a way to fix it, even though the moment is long gone. You are trying to solve a puzzle that has no solution. Another massive factor is the spotlight effect. We all walk through life with a built-in egocentric bias. We are the main characters of our own movies. We assume that everyone else is watching us with the same intensity that we watch ourselves. When you said that stupid thing 5 years ago, you felt like the center of attention. You felt like a spotlight was shining on your failure. But here is the liberating truth. Everyone else is the main character of their movie. In their movie, you are just an extra in the background. They are too busy worrying about their own awkward moments to remember yours. Think about it this way. Can you remember a specific embarrassing thing a friend said to you 5 years ago? Probably not.
You might remember that they are a good friend or that they are funny, but you don't catalog their failures. Yet you assume they are cataloging yours. This is a cognitive distortion. The reality is that moment that keeps you awake at night probably didn't even register in the other person's long-term memory. So how do we break this cycle of rumination? We cannot just tell our brains to stop thinking. That never works. Instead, we have to change how we talk to the inner critic. The first technique is called temporal distancing. When the cringe memory hits you, ask yourself 2 questions. 1, does this mistake affect my life right now, today? And 2, will this mistake matter when I am on my deathbed? The answer to both is almost certainly no. By zooming out, you shrink the monster down to its real size. The second technique is rewriting the narrative. Instead of viewing that memory as proof that you are awkward or stupid, view it as proof that you are human. Awkwardness is the price of admission for human connection. You cannot have deep relationships without risking occasional embarrassment.
Every person you admire, every confident public speaker, every charismatic celebrity has a collection of cringe-worthy memories just like yours. They just don't let those memories define their identity. Finally, you must practice radical acceptance. When the memory comes up, don't fight it. Don't try to push it away. Just say to yourself, yes, that happened. It was awkward. And it is over. Imagine the memory as a cloud passing through the sky of your mind. You acknowledge the cloud, but you don't have to grab it and hold on to it. You let it drift by. You have punished yourself enough for a mistake that happened 5 years ago. You have served your time. The sentence is over. You are allowed to let yourself off the hook. You are allowed to forgive the younger version of yourself who was just trying their best to connect. Tonight, if that memory tries to come back, I want you to visualize yourself closing that file cabinet, locking it, and turning off the lights in that room. You are safe, you are accepted, and you are so much more than your awkward moments. If you have a specific cringe memory that haunts you, be brave and share it in the comments below.
You will see that thousands of other people have stories just as awkward as yours, and that you are not alone. Subscribe to the channel to learn more about how your mind works. Sleep well and be kind to yourself. I will see you in the next one.